y'all, come on in. It's good to see you.
We have a cologne homage today worn by at least 2 James Bonds from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, it's good to see you. Come on in. If you're here during the live premiere, join the chat with us and say hi. There's a great group of folks from all over the world hanging out.
The Whip Pack.
They'd love to meet you too. For our mention today, Sarah showed me this on the Facebook the other day, and I just went, I don't care what it is. Purchase.
Order
That's
immediately.
Amazing. Who is this from?
This is from Haley's Artisan, and it's super, super fun. You know, you just want to enjoy your shave, and this was one of those ones that I'm like, Marcus will love this. We gotta get it.
Y'all, maybe it's just that my mom crossed over Moon River recently, and I've just been kind of collecting little ways to remember her in my childhood, and I got my little Scooby-Doo brush and my Brady Bunch brush. Well, this goes perfectly along with that theme, because when you fill this with lather, it kind of looks like you got a big bowl of ice cream with sprinkles on it. So Haley's Artisan, thank you for knowing that sometimes we like a little Star Wars, or sometimes we like a little sprinkles in with our shaving routine.
Just to
keep
shaving
it fun
to you.
And very personal, because Mom used to put sprinkles on my eyes.
And those colors are brilliant. You smile immediately. So
and I'm excited because today's soap is as classic a cologne as you can get. This is one of the colognes that not only brought the House of Creed into the public awareness, because before that, I don't think you could actually buy one if you were in the general public for hundreds of years. But it was the one created for Cary Grant, and one of the scents that is absolutely ubiquitous in the shaving world. But as we have discovered, no matter how many versions of this we might have already, there are still some little nooks and crannies and surprises to be presented by the folks at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Douglas Smythe specifically. Y'all, let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Twee, our long-time seasonal, long-running homage to green Irish tweed, one of the most epic Creed creations of yesteryear. When it dropped back in 1985, it took the fragrance world by storm. Similar to Cool Water, yet more complex and, dare I even say, more masculine. Worn by the likes of Cary Grant, Sinatra, Clint Eastwood, to even Ozzy Osbourne, if you can believe that. Needless to say, this fragrance is pretty epic, if not badass.
Being such a versatile, not overbearing scent, it may be worn any time of year or any time of day. Upon first sniff, one is immediately whisked away to the dewy, undulating green landscape of Ireland.
Hey, ready to go to Ireland?
I am ready to go to Ireland. Let's unbox it. All right, y'all, this is how they come from PAA, and we already opened this to get the Et2 set out, but here we go.
Look at that
Look
color
how the
in
label
person.
just looks like a little bit of tweed. Like
That is brilliant.
I love it. And then, the foamy paper. I love the foamy paper. I was hoping, take it out.
Oh! How did you even think of that?
Yeah! Not too many of the PA aftershaves have a little bit of a beautiful tint to them, but this one does.
I hope that comes across on camera, but that is super, super fun.
Blue has a little bit of an electric blue, and I love it. Well, it perfectly matches the label.
It does. All right, I think we should show off our perfect friends here. Look at this color.
Y'all, I am so excited to add the PAA version of Green Irish Tweed to our collection. Let's have a first impression. All right, y'all, so let's have a grown-up conversation. At the very beginning of our journey, we knew that there was certain ubiquitous scents that many of the shaving artisans were covering, and we weren't sure how faithful to the original or to each other those were going to be. So we decided to grab a few different versions of Green Irish Tweed and really kind of try them on for size and see what the different artisans were offering in the different versions. And for some of them, they were really identical. For some, they weren't. And when I got the dupe from Barrett, it really wasn't anywhere near the same. So, y'all, there are cologne homages, and there are cologne homages, there are cologne homages. There's lots of different things, and it all has to do with what the nose of the particular perfumer who's doing the homage senses and likes best. You ask 5 guys to describe a painting, you're going to get 5 very different descriptions. So that's what we discovered, and that's what I love. In fact, when we opened Danaid 50 from PAA,
that's true.
we were delighted.
So
in a complete rediscovery of of ombre leather. What did you think of that?
No, I completely agree. And what I've learned, at least in some of the ones that we have, some you can notice like the key scent that pulls you in. Sometimes it's a little darker at the end. Sometimes it's a little brighter.
And sometimes they change that key scent.
It's true.
So sometimes they'll be like, oh, you think you know that this is going to be pineapple in Aventus, but then all of a sudden they do an Aventus without pineapple, and you're like,
hey, that's different.
So y'all, just because this is an homage to green Irish tweed doesn't necessarily mean it's going to smell like anything we know already.
Right. And just because we have a few in our den, they all are different. So I'm assuming this one will be in its own thing too.
So let's see what Douglas and Fran have to offer in their version.
I'm excited. We've been waiting since I think March to actually open this. So
we need to have a meeting.
Is it green? It really is!
It's a green soap, y'all! Look at that!
It.
Oh, I love. There weren't many of the Phoenix soaps that are a different color. One of them glows in the dark.
That's true.
Generally.
We do have that one.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right. So the color is green. Let's see if you smell green. It is called green Irish tweed, I guess. Okay.
Yes! Yes! Okay, let's start a conversation.
Let's see.
We have smelled more green Irish tweed homages than anything. Look at our thumbnails, right?
It's true.
Y'all, for me, there is a similarity between all of them except for what's at the very heart of it. And it has sort of a range. The Barrett homage is very much on this side toward the green. In fact, I almost sense like a rose stem. You know how you cut open a rose stem and that's like the green. It's like just a super
very
fresh,
natural green.
Yeah, that kind of a thing. On the other side of the homages, that green gets traded in gradually for a mintiness to it. Like a clean, dapper, up here, white and blue, green mintiness factor to it. Not like a corn mint, not like a peppermint, like a spearmint, y'all. So what I love best about this and what I was hoping the most was that it wouldn't be on that green side, that it would be on the other side, on the drier side, on the spearmint side. And this goes even a little more spearmint than the one that was my favorite when I woke up this morning.
Oh, okay.
So, y'all, well, I'm not going to really mention what the others are. This is my favorite one, y'all.
Wow, first few words already.
Because this takes that one note that I love the most in green Irish tweed that isn't in all of them. And it just turns up that intensity so that I can just dive into that one thing that I think makes all of the other notes in this work way better than a green scent. I don't think the green was meant to describe the scent. So let's see what you think.
Oh, okay. All right. I tried not to smell the other ones too close to this one because I wanted to jump in a little more fresh, you know. Okay. I actually do like the label on this one.
I do too.
Because I think it puts me in a different mindset.
Well, the drier, the dapperness of it is there.
Like a tweed suit, you know, back in the day. That was really a thing. So
and that really green note that sometimes bugs me a little in some of the homages to green Irish tweed is not that color green. It's like a bright Kelly green. This is the green that I sense in here.
I'm curious. Besides the color, because yes, we have to show the people. That's brilliant. Okay. Oh, interesting. Right? Okay, I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. Right. I really get more of that bright side.
Yes.
Some of the other ones that we smelled had more of the drier side, that kind of like earthier, kind of drier grass kind of
almost
a thing.
A soil note.
Right, and more like real, like I'm in nature.
Right.
This smells definitely more like a cologne-y vibe to it.
It does not get cleaner than this, folks.
Okay, and there is something that's sweeter at the end of this that not all the others have.
Yes, right.
So, it is a masculine cologne kind of vibe, but at the end, it gets bright and it has a little sweet kind of little kiss on the way out.
And the sweetness, tell me if you agree. If you take a pack of Doublemint gum and you open it and you don't chew it or anything, you just, that is how this leaves me.
Okay. And you know, even on that gum stick, that little powdery part on the outside, that's about as much powder as in this. It's not powder forward, but there's something that makes it clean.
Yeah. No, it's not like a talc.
No, but it's
like
different.
This beautiful clean of like some kind of a grooming powder.
Right, and you're right. We don't, whatever that little specific different note that's in this one is not in the other ones.
Right.
And there's some that are kind of close, like kind of their own creations of this. But this one, the brightness, the sweetness, I know it's this color tweed, but in my mind, I get more of that, bright green.
Yes.
I don't know if it's the Kelly green. It's not neon green, but it's like an uplifting green. I don't know.
This is such an iconic scent, y'all, that when it came along, it sort of redefined clean and masculine. In fact, if you look at everything that kind of came before, I think like Old Spice Fresh, like Fresco, might be the closest thing kind of to this, but even that is such a country mile. And I know that so many people like to equate Cool Water with Green Irish Tweed, but I grew up with Cool Water. And let me tell you, for me, it's very different. This, if you really kind of need a lane, is more along the lines, well, if you take like Irish Spring soap, like that iconic scent is a lot closer to this, I think, than like a Cool Water. Because Cool Water had that like tobacco note that kind of burned your nose almost. It was so
if you could turn that into
syrupy
cologne
sweet, right?
Of that soap, maybe.
Now, what do you sense at the beginning before the mintiness hits you?
Okay, so I'm going to pretend I don't know this scent at all. And see if I, it is green, but it's not the green that you think you're going to get. It's not a lime green. It's not necessarily like a vetiver leading green.
I'm sure there's some in the scent notes, but I don't get citrus from this.
I almost could get like a cucumber green. Like it doesn't have, the outdoorsy grassy tree green to me.
You're right.
It's bright, it's clean, it's fresh.
Just the same lane as like the cucumber melon in the spa has, that sort of natural sweetness without having to have like a sugary note.
But it's more presentable. It's more, it kind of brings you in a little bit and then you keep going.
That is something important. This doesn't have a sugary note. So, like, this is incredibly, like, where sweet meets dapper. I feel like if this were any sweeter, it would leave dapper territory. But it's not being done with anything sweet. What's doing this?
I know. That's why I'm like, is it a cucumber? It's something but it's in a different way.
Right. And it's almost like it's such a perfect sweet that your nose keeps going because it just wants to pay it off.
Right. Like, is it a florally sweet?
Sense, right?
Is it a something like, but it's intriguing enough to make you keep smelling through that scent. It's like the little key into the window that you talk about,
It is a symphony, and I need to see the set list.
Oh, I completely forgot all of these.
I know. I did too. We're so good.
I know we've read
done 2 or 3
something
homages
close,
to this already, but we have no idea the set list. Okay, here we go. Top notes are.
That's how you know it's a good scent.
But right. That's the thing. When you talk about beef Wellington, you don't really talk about the quality of the oregano. Right, you talk about the taste of the beef Wellington, right? Okay, so here we go.
Okay, so no wonder it's an iconic scent. But for Douglas and Fran, they have top notes of lemon verbena.
And that's the solitary top note.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Whoa. Now, the top note's just kind of a doorman sometimes. Right. That just kind of lets you in, gives you a key with how to smell the rest of the scent. Oh, wow. Like, I don't even sense it as a full lemon. It's just like part of the lemon, so you can get it.
Is that what the verbena is? Like, that's more of the green side of it, maybe?
Right. And then...
Okay, heart notes. I forgot these two. Iris, so there is a floral. Right. And violent leaf, not just
violent leaf, y'all. It is violent. Yeah, so I think it's those two florals together that are kind of giving this, like, mysterious, ubiquitous. It's almost like which one is which. Is this the violet I'm getting? Is this the iris?
But it keeps it more masculine. Right, it's just pretty enough that you're clean. But then, oh, this is a new word. Ready? Base notes. A Mysore sandalwood.
Mysore. Maybe it was violent. Mysore sandalwood. Mysore sandalwood. Ambergris.
All right.
And a memorable herbal green opening.
It's like a green tea-ish, maybe?
I love how they just tell you what's in there. Stuff. A memorable herbal green opening peppered with moist...
Whoa. 2 words. Moist, dead leaves.
And Irish moss. Hold on. Moist, dead leaves.
So, like, leaves that died in fall, and then they got wet in spring? Something, That
makes sense! I have not seen that on a list of any set notes for this so far. But that finally makes perfect sense of the mystery that's in this.
Yes, and the Irish moss just sneaks in enough to make the rest of the brightness kind of go together.
And it's not like, dead leaves that have been there for 100 years. No. It's like leaves that have just fallen off the tree and the rain hits them and a little sense, well, by definition, of a petrichor, an Irish moss.
Right. Wow. Ooh. And then, okay, so this is how they just end it with. The fragrance of Twee is rich, fresh, sporty, and unforgettable, just like you.
Y'all, there are certain dishes, like teriyaki sauces, there are certain cocktails that if you don't get that exact ratio perfect, something in it just doesn't work.
Right. It works.
Do I make the proclamation now? Y'all, this is, I think, the best green Irish tweed that I've smelled. And I think it is because whatever that magical balance is that Creed got right in the center of this is ultra present in this homage. And in some of the others, and like I said, in the Barrett homage, it was a country mile from this. This is that amazing, clean, masculine weight. How are you doing that doublemint gum, friendly soul, George Clooney kind of thing going on? That's what this is for me.
And I have to admit, we have not smelled the actual Creed itself. So this is kind of fun to actually get us to that point.
There's a splash, right?
Yes.
And y'all, we're going to recline into the clover and look up at the clouds. Let's take this a little deeper. I have been waiting for this for 6 months, y'all. Okay, here we go. I am almost sure that the color makes it smell better.
It has to, right?
I'm just saying. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I don't know if he's ready.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay. A moment here. Let's see.
Oh.
Has it dry down? Things happening?
Oh,
I'm actually getting it from here. Wow.
That's fascinating.
Did it get more pretty? More bright?
Hold
What do you got?
Hold on. Okay, something is starting to make a little sense here.
Yeah?
Because in this, until this dries, I get that rose stem greenness.
Oh, interesting.
To it.
Okay. And that's been in the other few.
So hold on. I think part of the magic, because when that dries in the other one, it doesn't go away.
Yes.
That green sense hits you when it's wet.
Okay.
But when that dries.
Interesting.
Oh, that's what becomes the mintiness that I like.
Interesting.
So maybe you can't have one without the other.
But that might be part of it.
I think in some of the homages, they take this wet smell, and that's what they go with, but that's not what this is. This isn't this smell. Hold on. Wait a second.
Is it more the violet leaf?
Okay. This is wild. This is wild. Okay, smell this.
Okay.
And then smell that greenness. Right?
It's a little, yes, but it's a little sweeter than I was expecting.
Yep. Now,
yes.
hold on.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Smell this. Okay. It's really different.
You know, and here, I do picture a Cary Grant or something else.
Or George Clooney.
Right. And I do kind of get how that would be a good scent.
Not in the wet greenness. It has to dry.
Yes.
Whoa. So I think some of the homages that I'm a little bit about keep that wet quality. They keep that
or the ambergris
quality.
or something else like takes over.
But once this dries, this is my boy.
So this, I get more the herbal green side, the violet leaf, and the iris. There's something in those three that like stick as it dries down.
Yep. And then something in the Irish moss, the leaves, the pepper, and the green opening that caused the mint for me. In fact, I'd be shocked if there wasn't some kind of spearmint in this. Now it's the same.
Wow. Okay. Do we see what happens in a lather?
Oh, we didn't build a ladder yet. We're gonna build a ladder. Y'all, this is our intergalactic, indestructible, shatterproof travel scuttle from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It was a gift from me. I just did try to say. It was a gift from Douglas and Fred.
I forgot it was green.
Of our journey. It's so cool.
It's like a mint chip ice cream green kind of.
Well, it does. It almost like from what we're experiencing here transforms one green into the other. So it makes sense that
I know. Now I'm actually really curious to see
both ways.
Once we lather what comes up here more because
right. And if you are all in the mood for a really super soft, luxurious shaving brush, this is our Cyclotrode X. This is just about the softest one I've got. It feels like little bunnies are just running.
It is bunnies. I think so. Okay, here we go.
Oh, this is just crazy. I've never experienced a dry down like this before.
I'm actually very curious now. Like I want to get this lathered up.
I was shocked when I smelled this that it was so different. But as soon as it dries, it's
things
identical.
Are happening here.
What's happening?
Already. We need a little more bougie. Don't get too close. I want to surprise you with the lid. But I feel now coming from the dry down of that, going back to this, there are some layers here, y'all.
Ooh, I love me some layers. And we want to give a little shout out up to all our friends in Toronto. We're at the meetup this weekend. I'm gonna be alone with this. This is
Marcus
wild.
Needs a moment.
This is wild how different this is when it dries.
Okay. So now we're gonna have to do the comparative whiff from the lather stuff because something switched as well. between that to this.
All right, this is the Tura Lura Lura whiff. You only
Okay.
find that here on the Barbershop Duet, y'all. Here now, 1, 2, 3.
I thought that would happen.
Oh.
There's something, a different green, a whole different one is in there. I don't even know which part that one is.
They just took my favorite part of it and candied it. They just candied the very middle of it.
Yeah.
Y'all.
And it's fun because, yes, we have multiple versions of this, and they all take me different places. This one even took me up to a whole nother place that I wasn't expecting.
This one takes me to Ireland. I don't know. Some of the others take me to like a sound studio in Hollywood where they've got an
interesting.
Irish set going on. But this one, I need some help because I'm standing in the middle of a Blarney Stone field going on clover all around me. I think there might be a goat.
Well, and so this is more like 1985-ish, right?
Right.
But there's something still so current about this.
I
I
know.
was not expecting in this formula and how it dried down on you. Like, it really is kind of timeless.
Right. I'm so glad she said that because when they invented s'mores, they didn't sit around going, hey, in 40 years, I wonder how they're going to improve this.
Right.
You don't improve chocolate, mallow, and graham. You know? So this is why this is modern, because I think once they kind of struck this balance in the human brain, they're like, this is beautiful, dapper, clean, and here's the last ingredient, timeless.
Yes.
So I think a lot of these things like Old Spice, I think they hit on something that is just timeless because a s'more will always taste amazing. Vanilla ice cream will always be good. And this particular balance is special, is sort of known, I think, in the collective unconscious on some level, and will always have a modern sense, which makes sense that we've got some amazing celebrities. Speaking
Right.
of our
This
little,
was their iconic
our little
scent.
June mission, many celebrities, including
Pierce Brosnan, George Clooney, and Sean Connery wear
or
this.
green
Oh,
Irish
wow.
tweed. Wow. Even Naomi Campbell is known to wear this around Tinseltown.
Okay, that's really funny because I was smelling this again off the puck thinking I know it's meant to be a men's cologne,
Right.
but there is something in this that I kind of would want to wear this too. Because it's more of that minty greeny
right.
side.
And
Like,
look at the scent notes. One last little thought here. Cary Grant was kind of a special kind of a guy, and the characters he played were kind of special kind of characters. I think this cologne is sort of indicative of a new wave of masculine, of more of the Fred Rogers, the Mr. Rogers sort of masculine, right? The
Right.
Cary Grant kind of masculine. Now, I know he only had a year before he passed away, but I think it was about the cleaner, kinder side of masculine.
Yeah,
where you
I
didn't
agree.
need to be on a horse. You didn't need to have a bandana. No, this could be a different kind, a well put together suit. It's funny that the James Bonds came out right about this
they-
time.
yeah.
And Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan both wore this. Is this a James Bond set? Yeah, it's just totally
but think
a
about
James
being
Bond
in a
set.
suit, all dappered up, wearing this. I also feel like you could be going off to go golfing, or you could go to church. Like, it's a very versatile
Oh,
scent.
I'm trying to think of where this wouldn't be appropriate.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like you could really wear this. And I know it came out during spring, and I get why it's a springtime scent.
Right.
But I do feel like busting out this in winter and summer totally would still work.
You know what? I have a quest for y'all. The same way that bay gum was discovered by mixing juicy fruit gum and Douglas's atomic
All
age
right.
bay rum, I think if you were to wear this and chew doublemint gum, you would be sent to new heights of olfactory
we
pleasure
may
that
have
you
to get
have
some
not
gum.
known up until now. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Ian Fleming in the late 60s with all of these spy stories whirling around in your head, wondering if you could take these to paper. And just about the time you're going to pen Casino Royale, your two little boys are going to need a bedtime story, and you're going to write Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and you just got your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. I love that there are some scents that when they are built in the same way, they have very different natures in different places. And y'all, when this is in the soap and there's no like dry down, there's no like 3-act play going on, it's a beautiful sort of Irish countryside mintiness going on. And in the splash, it is totally the green of a freshly cut rose stem and like fresh sort of grass for me. And then when it dries into this. And I am getting to love that experience and being able to look for this in the wet scent and starting to be able to find it. I don't know if that makes sense, but what a fantastic homage to one of my favorite scents ever. A perfect morning shave that I had this morning. And the lather, y'all, It was my dad's 72nd birthday, and I needed to get him his very first set of shaving soap. The Beach by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, because I know how he's going to love it. Douglas and Fran, thank you for keeping this adventure so much fun. Emma Blue.
Welcome to Messages. So our friend Craig from Opus Brush sent us both of these brushes so that we could have a giveaway for you.
Yes, you get your choice. The other one we're going to give away on an Instagram Live at the end of the summer. So all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is to send an email here to wesetyou@thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you and be one of our subscribers here on YouTube. Check out Opus Brush on Instagram and check back here on July 3rd to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
You know, I don't often proclaim such things, but I think this might be my favorite green Irish tweed.
Ooh, it may have
Where's
happened,
it sit
y'all.
with you?
You know, I gotta say, I just put it on because I wanted to see how the dry down on me happens, because I think there is a little bit more of that floral part that comes out.
There's a ton of that green floral part that then dries down into the minty dapper side. It's wild.
Yeah, and you know, I'm really glad we have the other ones because I think they all have their own little place in our den.
Right.
But this one, if we didn't know what green Irish tweed was at all, and you took a whiff of this, I still feel like this would hit the top of your F list.
This is a little bit more clever. This is a little bit more dapper. This is a little bit more friendly of an homage, I think.
Yeah, friendly. That's a good word.
And a little bit more of a shapeshifter when you're going from this into this. And if you do enjoy the experience of smelling that cologne when you first put it on and experiencing the dry down note for note as it happens, boy, will this take you on a journey.
And I totally get why in the Facebook group, everyone freaks out when they know that Twee's about to drop. And everyone does like double sets because it's just the scent that they wear,
Set an alarm on your phones for the Ides of March of next year, y'all, because this will be making a comeback.
It will. Don't forget your next appointment with Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.